Okay, the rumor is going around that Valve deactivated the rare drop rule. What does that mean? Let's take a look. This here is the active duty pool. That used to mean that your drop is a 99% chance to be one of these 5 cases. There was a 1% chance, or some say 2%, but I think it's 1%. There was a 1% chance to get one of these. And these could be 50 cents, or these could be 50 bucks, or even more. So right now the rumor is going around that there are no longer any rare drop pool cases being dropped. First, let's ask ourselves, why would Valve do that? And second of all, let's think about what does that mean for the price of rare drop pool cases for the future. So, why would Valve deactivate the rare drop pool cases? Many people were complaining that there are too many bot case farmers around in Counter-Strike. So, if you would join a deathmatch, then you would probably be overrun by cheating bots trying to get their case drop. They would cheat because they would get faster XP if they would cheat, and the anti-cheat is not existing, so the chance of being banned was very low. So that's the reason why so many cheaters were in deathmatch lobbies. People were complaining they couldn't play any more deathmatch because they were overrun by cheating bots. What's the smartest move for Valve to do something about this without actually doing something? Deactivating the reward for the case farmers. But you can't just take off, just deactivate all cases. That's stupid. That's the main way Valve makes their money, by cases being opened. So let's just remove the 1% that is worth the most for the case farmers. It's very simple. Most players don't ever get any rare drop rule cases because you get 1 drop per week. That means on average, if the chance for a rare drop case is 1%, you get one of these cases every 2 years. The average player doesn't get any difference from it. They weren't used to getting rare drop rule cases, and it's not a big difference for them. But for the case farmers, that's a huge difference because that's where the money is. These cases are the reason why it's worth to farm cases. The active duty cases are basically worth nothing if you look at them. Most of them, 4 out of 5, are basically worthless. I think that is a very smart move to counter bot farming or case farming without actually doing too much of a detection system. And yeah, there are so many complicated ways to actually stop this, and I think they tried a lot of things, it didn't work. That's a smart move. I am a big fan of this change, and not only because I own a ton of old drop cases or rare cases, but I think in general that's a smart move to do. So, the next question, what is going on with the price? Many people think that now they are discontinued, they are going to explode in price. And they are not the first cases to be discontinued. If we take a look down here, we can see discontinued cases. And we can see the last discontinued cases is the gallery case. And we will take a look at this one in a bit. But first, let's take a look at, for example, the Shattered Web case. This case is discontinued since 6 years now, over 6 years. And it's worth $5. We have some rare cases that are, let's take a look. For example, here, the Hydra case is 1.5 years old though, and it's $30, and it's not a discontinued case. So just because a case is discontinued, it doesn't mean that it's going to explode in price. Yes, over a long time, we can see they get expensive, even if no one likes them. They get expensive. They are a good investment, and they are a better investment if they're discontinued. But there are more than just questions about if they are discontinued or not to make sure that this is a good investment. So, let's take a look at the gallery case. When the gallery case got discontinued, people were buying it like crazy. We can see that here. The price doubled in just like 3 days. But then the price went down again, and it's bouncing around a bit, but in overall, the price didn't explode. And if we take a look, for example, at maybe the best case out there is the glove case because of the very expensive gold in there. Yesterday, the price was going up very fast, and then it crashed again. We are back at the normal price again. Let's take a look at snakebite case. We see a huge increase, and now it's already dropping again. The first insane price peak is from people who are panic buying because they think this is the perfect investment now. They are discontinued, they are going to be super expensive in a year or something like that. They are not going to be super expensive in a year. We can see what happens to cases that are discontinued. Just because they're discontinued, it doesn't mean they're gold exploding in price. So I think we will see a decrease in price in the next week, in the next week. And of course, it's a good investment on the long run. These cases, if they are really discontinued, they will go up in price. Of course they will. They already did by being only in the rare drop pool, but now when they're discontinued, it's even better an investment. You probably ask yourself now, okay, but how do I know if a case is a good investment? And the main rule for investments like these are the demand and the supply. And the reward inside these cases. So you can easily check the opening numbers from cases on CS2 Case Tracker, or the URL is CSGO Case Tracker. If we scroll down here, we can see exactly how many people are opening each case. We can see that the fracture case is by far the most open case from the rare drop pool. The reason for this one is that it's very cheap. I think that's the main reason. The snakebite case is also very cheap, but it's not that popular to open. That's probably because the fracture case has better gold inside. Let's take a look. Okay, if we take a look at the golds from the fracture case, then they are okay, but not very good. The snakebite has the better golds. I am not sure why so many people are actually opening the fracture case. It's probably actually the reason that it's the cheapest. I think that's probably the main reason. People just want to open the cheapest case and they look at the fracture case and it's cheapest from the rare drop pool, I guess. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know why this one's going to be opened so much. But if we take a look at some of the very little open cases, we can see that the Hydra case is in here. It's a very rare case. Can I take a look here, for example? And it's super expensive. That's probably why the price of the Hydra case is pretty stable. It's not going so much up like other cases. The Phoenix case is an insanely highly open case for such an old case. So this one is probably seeing a big increase in the next time. It's also a case that was one of the most dropped cases over a long time. So the supply is probably pretty big for an old case, but overall this one is probably going up in price a lot. And I think you shouldn't fall for the FOMO. I think we will see a decrease in price over the next week, as we saw with the gallery case, because the people realized that the supply is not going so much or so fast away. And overall, rare drop pool cases are now an even better investment. And yes, I think it's a good investment for the long run, but you shouldn't fall for FOMO. And that's all I have to say about the new situation. Leave a comment, leave a like, and I'm interested in what your opinion is.